Coaches and officials, we honor America with the singing of the National Anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. Yes, sir. Right ahead. And now to be tonight's starting lineups. First forward, visiting SUNY Maritime Privateers. And forward, a 6'4" sophomore from East Northport, New York, number 25, Alex Tartaglia. And on, a 6'3" senior from Carmel, New York, number 4, Ryan Donovan. And gone, a 6'3" senior from Huntington State, New York, number 12, Michael Regan. And forward, a 6'4" senior from Bayside, New York, number 23, Nick Obanesian. And a guard of 5'11" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 55, Dylan Gray. The head coach of the Privateers is Mike Regan, and the assistant coaches Frank McQuail, Brad Brzezicki, and DeMarco Bonds. Now tonight's starting lineup for the Purdue College Bearcats. And guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Jamaica, New York, number 15, Jehmehl Fair. And forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Queens, New York, number 21, Emil Garrison. And gone, a 6-foot graduate student from Staten Island, New York, number 5, Liam Sanborn. And forward, a 6'3" senior from Houston, Texas, number 11, Adnan Bajrami. And at gone, a 6'1" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 14, Michael Richards. Bearcats head coach in his ninth year is Shaw Alisi, the associate head coach, Tamara Berlin, and the assistant coaches, Joshua Jenner and Ryder Page. Purdue College, the NCAA and CUNY.
And good evening, New York City. It is Baruch College Bearcat basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting and on Facebook Live. Alongside Joe Stozer, I'm David Just, and tonight we have the Privateers of Maritime College facing off against the Baruch Bearcats. Bearcats coming in on the back of a 24-point win against Hunter College, so a great opportunity to see what they can do here in some non-conference action against Maritime. And a nice barometer here, Joe, is Maritime going 2-1 so far against the CUNYAC here in the early part of the season.
Yeah, happy Monday, David. And, we look for Baruch to come out in their defensive stance and hands moving, feet moving.
So it'll be Maritime going right to left and turning it over here in the early going. We're in their road navy blues. It'll be the Bearcats going left to right.
And that
wearing their home whites with dark blue letters and light blue trim.
That was a forced turnover by Baruch, getting in the heads of Maritime.
Now it's Purisic on the post here. Kicks it back out to Sanborn. Ball swung around the perimeter. Bajrami up top, back into the hands of Sanborn. Going to drive into the paint, step back, looking for options. Finds one in Fair. Richards going to take a right corner three. He knocks it down, and Baruch off to a quick start. 40 seconds in, Baruch have a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, when Baruch is patient on offense, good things happen. When they move the ball around and look for penetration by the guards of Baruch inside the foul line to find people.
Ball swung around the perimeter here for Maritime into the hands of Gueye. He gives it back up top to Donovan. Donovan rattles home a three from the left wing, and just like that, all tied up.
Well, that was a shot that was not contested. Baruch's going to have to contest all shots, including the three.
Sanborn going up over a double team. High arcing fadeaway is good. Nice shot there by Liam Sanborn for his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Baruch is very crafty. So guys like Sanborn with that fall away, creating all kinds of angles for themselves.
Now Tartaglia has it now. Ball up top, swung around. Thinks about handing off to Gueye. Instead, it's going to go back inside to Tartaglia, working against two opponents. In the Bearcats, Donovan gets fouled on as he's trying to enter the lane. Fouls there is going to be on number 5, Sanborn, his first.
Yeah, that's what they call a ticky-tack foul outside of all kinds of action. Baruch doesn't need those kind of fouls.
Ooh. And it's going to be a Baruch basketball. Looks like he just got his feet. I don't know if he got tripped or if he just rolled his ankle, but it's going to go back to the Bearcats, and it'll be Sanborn to walk it into the front court for Baruch.
Baruch's got to tighten their D up, especially in the interior.
Fair now looking for an option. Finds Bajrami, swung around Sanborn, left wing three. He's quick to pull, a little too strong. Rebounded there by Ovanesian.
Yeah, the Bearcats are at their best when they're moving the ball around, and they will get their shots with ball movement.
Now Gueye has it up top. Gives it off to Regan. Now back inside to Donovan. Donovan quickly gets double teamed as Fair comes over. Ball swung around the perimeter. Gueye's going to take a left wing three with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Long rebound into the waiting hands of Sanborn. Up to Fair, and Baruch can have some transition instead. They'll slow it up here in the half court.
Good defensive possession by the Bearcats.
And that'll be Purisic inside. Brings the ball a little low, and he gets fouled as he goes up with it. And a dangerous play there by Emil Purisic, playing the interior game, but bringing the ball below your shoulders is always going to be a dangerous game.
Yeah, Purisic might have done a little head fake to draw the defender, but he's a capable post player. And CUNYAC Player of the Week, Mohamed Gueye, the second capable post player that we should look for shortly.
And Purisic good on the first. And he knocks down the second. Emil Purisic shooting 62% from the line this year, so raising those numbers with that trip.
So the Bearcats putting on some pressure, but Maritime breaks it. But that's going to get in their head.
Donovan step back shot barely grazes iron, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Good defense by Donovan. Again, all you want to do is contest that shot. Put a hand in the shooter's face.
And it'll be Sanborn to walk it up, gives it up to Fair. Fair trying to drive into the lane, bounce pass over to Purisic. He's going to go to work underneath, and he gets fouled as he goes up with the shot. The foul there is going to be on number 25, Alex Tartaglia. That's going to be his first on the evening, and that's going to send Emil Purisic back to the line.
Purisic has come out very active down low, which could be a problem for Maritime. He really looks like he wants the ball and he wants to work.
He's off on the first.
Foul shooting, very important. It starts to add up in a close game.
And he knocks down the second. So Baruch lead 8-3, a little bit more than 3 minutes gone here in the first half.
All right, Baruch has come out man-to-man, putting the pressure on.
And it's going to be Regan trying to get it into the front court, and he does as Fair was draped all over him. And now Gueye has it up top. Richards picks him up.
Richards with those quick hands and feet, very disruptive.
Nice play there by Sanborn getting into the passing lane as he knocks that away, and it'll be Maritime's ball underneath with 16 left to shoot in the shot clock.
That's what we want to see. Deny, deny, deny.
Ooh, dangerously close to the 5 second. Now it's Donovan. He hits the deck as he's fouled. And the foul's going to be there on Richards. That's going to be his first, and it'll be Baruch's ball side out. Actually, it'll be underneath, excuse me. With they'll get Maritime will get a fresh 20.
All right, the Bearcats have to locate people.
It'll be Gray into the paint. He's trying to finish with the right hand. Nice move as he hits the deck. Jalen Gray gets on the score sheet tonight with his first bucket.
Michael Richards got turned around.
And now it's Fair up top. Gives it off to Richards. Ball swung around the perimeter. Bajrami never shy to shoot. That grazes front iron. Rebounded by Maritime, and they're quick to push the other way with Donovan. Donovan picked up by Sanborn. Instead takes a pick from Ovanessin, excuse me. That'll be Regan outside to Donovan. He has Sanborn on him. He's going to go right into the lane. And he's going to take, it's going to be an offensive foul. He pushed off with the right arm, they said. And it's going to go back to Baruch.
The defense of Fair for the Bearcats is really causing Maritime to rethink when they try to get in the lane. He's really moving his hands and his feet.
And now he has the ball up top. Jehmehl Fair, bounce pass inside to Purisic. Looking for options. He stepped on the end line, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. And correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but I feel like Maritime setting up in a 2-3 zone on the defensive end there, kind of forcing the ball to Purisic and then collapsing as it gets in deep.
Yeah, but Purisic looks like he's very active tonight. I know that he's got a lot of moves, so I'm not worried about the defense, David.
Yeah. Pull-up jumper by Gray is a little too strong. Ball batted out quickly around the perimeter into the hands of Donovan. Donovan right into the lane. He gets fouled. Shot won't go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. Active ball movement on the offensive end for Maritime.
Yeah, somebody should have stopped the Maritime penetration inside the foul line. That did not happen, and he got so deep that Baruch just, really had to do something. But you got to stop that penetration around the elbow foul line.
And Mohamed Gueye coming into the game for Baruch, and it'll be Sean Flynn's first minutes tonight for Maritime, 6'7" junior out of Flushing, New York.
You don't have to chase him on the perimeter, Sean. You don't have to chase him.
And Donovan knocks down the second. 8-7 Baruch lead. It'll be Sanborn to walk it into the front court for the Bearcats. He'll call out the offense, give it off to Bajrami, now to Richards and over to Fair. Now Gueye has the ball. Fair comes by. Gives it off to Richards in the corner. The pick's coming, but there's also a little bit of a trap here in the corner. And it'll be Richards looking for an option. Bajrami over to Fair on the outside. Good defense here by Maritime. Baruch needs to create a shot. Fair, high arcing shot, no good in the lane. And it's going to be Flynn who comes away with it. A nice steal there by Richards. Gives it over to Fair. High arcing floater is good over the outstretched hands of Flynn. And Baruch may have gotten a little bit lucky there with that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, Fair is really doing a lot of things. He's very active, and good that he gets rewarded with a basket.
And now it's Flynn on the right wing. He gives it up. Ball quickly swung around, over to Donovan now. Donovan, again, looks like a little bit of a push, but able to finish with the right hand. But Donovan's got to be careful. He got called with that push earlier, and it looked like he just did a little bit to create separation there.
Yeah, I think Donovan's got to really get down in his stance and, stop the penetration of the player.
Now Gueye into the lane. High arcing shot off the glass is good. Nice play there with the right hand from Mohamed Gueye.
Mohamed Gueye picking up where he left off last game.
And now Gray getting picked up full length of the court by Richards. Takes a little bit of a bump, a pick by Flynn. Now Gray into the lane. Shot with the right hand. No good. Tip in there by Ovanessin. Also no good. Now ball's loose and multiple players hit the deck. Gray is going to get fouled as he hits the deck by Bajrami, who was on his backside.
David, the Bearcats are facing a Maritime team that has a lot of movement. So they're going to have to really bear down and be disciplined on defense because there's a lot of moving parts going on in Maritime. And they have to really stay disciplined in their stances.
So now Robbie Mitchell, who just checked in the game, gave the ball off to Ovanessin. Ball swung around the perimeter to Gray. He gives up step back three there by Downs, around and out, no good. Rebounded there by Gueye over Flynn. And it'll be Baruch's basketball as Reese will bring it into the front court. Ball quickly moved to Bajrami, back over to Reese, and now into the hands of Fair. Fair crossover move, Reese in the corner. He thinks about the shot, instead he'll go right by Downs. Mitchell, and give it off to a waiting Mohamed Gueye.
Reese finding that opening for an easy interior shot by Gueye. Reese is somebody that finds people.
And now Gray takes the pick from Ovanesson, goes into the lane over 2 defenders, and he's able to knock it down. Really impressed by Jalen Gray here, the 5'11 senior guard from Nazareth High School.
Well, the problem is Baruch allowed deep penetration, and that could cause problems.
Now Richards into the lane, high arcing shot off the glass, no good, and it's Gray to quickly go end to end with it. He has a runner with him, and Ovanesson is able to finish it with the right hand. I think he was expecting contact, but it never came.
Hey, that's too easy. That's a textbook fast break by Maritime. Baruch has to stop that. It's too easy.
Bajrami's shot no good, and that'll go out of bounds as Ovanesson was the closest one to it, and it'll go back to Maritime.
Rutgers Camden wanted to play up and down, and that's what Maritime is doing tonight early on, and Baruch has to match this up and down style. A lot of movement by Maritime.
So Cameron Burns checks into the game as Jehmehl Fair will take a rest. And it'll be Downs, give it off to Gray, and Michael Richards once again given the task of picking up Jalen Gray full court.
Michael Richards with those quick hands.
And it's Downs. Ooh, it gives an errant pass. That's going to be Burns, who lost it on the fast break and is unable to regain it. So it'll go back to Maritime. Nice defensive play there, but unable to capitalize.
Cameron Burns, David, could start for a lot of teams, and that was a great example of what he does offensive, defensively. That was a great anticipation, a step in the front, getting that steal.
A little unlucky or overzealous, maybe. Ooh, nice play there by Burns again in front on the far side as he's able to knock that one out of bounds as they were trying to get it over to Mitchell.
Let's watch all the things that Burns does. So far he's got 2 anticipation plays.
Now Murphy just checking the game, gives it outside to Flynn, and Coach Birkin wants a timeout with 11:50 remaining as Maritime takes their first lead of the evening. Baruch 14, Maritime 15. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and Facebook Live. And welcome back to the Arc Arena here on the campus of Baruch College, 25th in Lexington. It is Baruch's ball as they trail for the first time all evening, 8 minutes and 10 seconds into the first half.
Yeah, Baruch's defense has got to find their mojo.
And now it's Guy up top, gives it off to Bajrami, takes the pick from Guy, goes past, not Murphy, it was Noble before, I'm sorry about that. And Noble comes away with the rebound. And now Jalen Gray will walk it up. And he will be Jack Reese's responsibility here in the half court. As it's Noble now, gives it over to Reese. Flynn as its ball swung around the perimeter. And Gray wants it on the post. And now he has Reese one-on-one. Crossover move, trying to go by him. Gives it off to Noble. A little too strong air ball there. And Guy comes away with the rebound.
Bearcats got lucky because, again, there were defensive openings.
And Reese hits the deck. Burns fights for it. And it's going to be a jump ball. Nice hustle play there by Burns between Burns and Robbie Mitchell on Maritime. And it's going to stay with the Bearcats here on the offensive end. And a fresh 20 on the shot clock. And Sean Donnellan checks into the game for the first time tonight as Cameron Burns will come to the bench.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Bearcats look for Guy.
And now Guy in the post to Joe's request. Working on Noble. Pull-up shot. He's able to knock it down as he's working over the 6'1" Noble, Mohamed Gueye, 6'5", definitely has a few inches to work with there.
Coach Alisi hopefully can ride this streak that Guy's on of really good play.
And now Flynn, pump fake, kicks it outside, down straight away, shot, excuse me, that is actually Regan's shot, no good, and it'll be Sanborn who brings it into the front court for the Bearcats. Hand off to Reese. Reese is going to pull a right wing three. That's going to be off front iron, barely grazes it, and it's going to be Donovan who comes away with it for Maritime.
Yeah, Reese should have pulled it out too early.
And now it's Flynn. Ball swung around over to Donovan in the corner. He almost loses it, able to regain it, though, as Mitchell was also coming to help out here. But it's Sanborn now on Donovan. Gives it off inside to Regan, who's trying to work on the smaller Jack Reese. Instead, it'll be back out to Donovan, straight into the lane. He's able to finish and won.
Well, what happened there, David, Sanborn turned his body, and that was just trouble. He gave a gift.
And just like that, Jehmehl Fair quickly to check back into the game as Bajrami will come to the bench.
Yeah, you can't turn your body if you're Sanborn. You have to remain facing the player.
Here we go, five.
And the free throw is no good, so it'll be back to Bearcats as Sanborn walks it into the front court. Ball swung around the perimeter here for the Bearcats. It's Fair in the corner. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Jehmehl Fair, and it'll go back to Maritime, and he didn't really understand that call.
Yeah, Fair, I'd like to see Coach Alisi tell Fair to calm down a little bit because he's playing at a high level, kind of like Cameron Burns. He means well, but bring that to the defensive side of the ball.
And it'll be Mitchell to bring it into the front court, looking for options, and Noble is that option. Gives it up top to Flynn. Ball swung around the perimeter to Regan. Regan's entry pass, trying to find Noble underneath, was tipped away by Reese. And just like that, Tartaglia checking back into the game as Sean Flynn will come to the bench.
Yeah, Reese is very active. Now the Bearcats can't turn their body. They have to stay in front of their man and call out, switches.
Get out, Mike. Get out.
And it's now Mitchell on Sanborn. A step back jumper, no good. Mohamed Gueye on the rebound as he tips it right into the hands of Sanborn. Now looking for options. Ooh, Gueye wanted underneath. He might have had a step there, but instead it's going to be Sanborn. That's Reese in the corner. Ooh. Sanborn's rolling on the ground, and we need a timeout here as it's going to be a three-point shot from Donnellan, who's able to knock it down, but Sanborn looks like he is in a world of pain on the far side here.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding his ankle.
And a rough moment here for the Bearcats as Sanborn was having a quality game here in the early going. Not only just, on the stat sheet, but also really being their primary ball handler here in the opening half.
Yeah, it was good to see Donaldson coming in the game, hitting a three. Let's see if he can get going. Sanborn's an older player. He's going to give you steady play, and let's hope he's okay. Looks like he's in quite a lot of pain.
Yeah, he's still down on the far side as the trainers take a look at him. I think he just got back to his feet. Really not able to put any weight, though, on that leg.
That's not a good sign when you can't bear weight.
So it'll be Michael Richards to come back in for him, and they'll work on, I assume, Sanborn on the side here.
Yeah, the quicker you get ice on that area, the better.
Scariest part is just away from the play, kind of a non-contact injury. Just definitely one of those where.
Yeah, he looked like he kind of got tangled up and went down.
And we're back into the action here as Mitchell will bring it into the front court. And if Sanborn can't continue this game, it'll be requiring more of Donnellan probably on the offensive end and Reese to really fill in the point guard role. As the shot there by Regan is no good. Mohamed Gueye comes away with the rebound. As a few players come to the bench for either side. Now Donnellan Working on Mitchell, looking for options. Has Guy underneath. Guy working on Tartaglia. His shot's no good, a little bit short, and it'll be Maritime who comes away with it.
Well, yeah, Guy had good position. He just came up short.
And now it's Donovan for Maritime. He's going to do a spin move on Donnellan. Shot around this off back iron and drops.
Well, that's another case where Donnellan turned his body, and that's not good defense.
Also giving Donovan about 3 inches on the offensive end there, so he's always going to struggle a little bit in the paint. And now it's Reese into the lane. Gives out to Donnellan. Donnellan's going to pull a right wing 3. His shot no good. Mohamed Gueye on the rebound. Can't finish. Rebounded there by Donovan. Donovan already having a monster game here. 11 points in the first half. In the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, Donnellan had a good look at the basket.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
But Baruch has got to get back and really have good defensive possession. David, this is a close game.
Ryan Donovan only averaging 14.8 this year, so almost already at his season average here in the first half, as his 3 was very wayward there, and it comes off iron. It'll be Fair into the front court.
Jack Reese, good defensive possession for the Bearcats.
Richards inside the Guy. His shot is blocked, no good, and they keep trying to force it into the paint, and they really have not had much success there the last few downs down the court.
Yeah, Guy was too far under to get a good shot off.
Now it's Mitchell up top. Gives it off to Donovan. Into the waiting hands of Regan. Now up top. Tartaglia.
10 seconds. Baruch has got
That's going to be an offensive foul. And I think once again, they keep using that off arm to reach around and create that space to go into the lane.
But Michael Richards did something. He opened up again. That's what some of the Baruch players are doing. They're turning their body and they're giving Maritime an angle, which is advantageous for them to get to the basket.
So it'll be Reese into the front court, hand off to Purisic. Bounce pass, nice find there by Purisic, but Richards can't finish with the left hand. Baruch creating some opportunities, but really are struggling on the offensive end as Gray's able to split the Richards and Fair double team. Bounce pass inside. Tartaglia's first shot no good, able to get his own rebound. Now too strong on that one. It'll be Mitchell no good on the rebound, and Baruch playing some nice interior defense. 3 unanswered opportunities there for Maritime to no avail as Purisic into the paint, gives it outside to Donovan left wing. Looking for options, finds Reese. Reese into the lane, kicks it all the way out to Fair. He'll pull a 3. That's off front iron, no good. Rebounded there by Mitchell. Ball kicked around, and it's into the hands of Michael Richards for Baruch. And the offensive pace is frantic right now. And Fair's going to pull a left wing 3, and he knocks that one down. Jehmehl Fair, a big shot for the Bearcats. They really needed that one.
Jehmehl Fair came out at the starting of this game with a lot of intensity and focus, and it's showing here in the first half.
Now Regan has it. Going into the lane past Reese. High floater off back iron. Drops in. Mike Regan.
Yeah, that was too easy.
His first bucket of the night. Now Fair is going to pull again. A little too strong. Rebound there by Ovanashin.
Maritime looking to play physical, and the Bearcats are going to have to stay disciplined and try and match this physical style. Don't foul. Just get into good defensive positions.
So Regan inside to Ovanashin. He's working on Fair. High arcing shot. Knocks that one down. Nice little 8-footer there by Ovanashin. And that gives Maritime the lead. 23-22 with 5 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Maritime is starting to gain momentum, David. So Baruch has got to be careful here.
Ooh, Jehmehl Fair loses the ball inside, and that's going to go back to Maritime. And you can feel that momentum for Maritime here as they make a handful of changes. It's going to be Regan, it's going to be Downs, and it's going to be Flynn who check into the game.
Hey, Maritime is bringing it. They're bringing it. Baruch has got to be very careful now. They're really excited, Maritime. They're playing a physical style of play.
So Ovanessin now has it. Gives it up to Flynn. Into the waiting hands of Downs now left wing. Ovanessin comes across, gives an option, working on Bajrami. Ooh, nice little half spin into the hands of Flynn up top. Almost loses it. Jalen Gray has it.
Richards has got to create something.
Pull up by Ovanessin. Not the shot you wanted, I think, if you're Coach Birkin right there.
No.
A pull-up shot over the outstretched hand of Bajrami.
Especially when they've been in a rhythm.
And they've been really getting to the paint at will so far here in the first half. But now it's Cameron Burns. Gives it off to Purisic. I actually wanted to see Cameron Burns go up with that. Instead, Purisic not able to finish with the right hand, and it'll be quickly the other way with Downs into the front court for Maritime. Pull-up shot by Flynn. Free throw line jumper is good. And
well, Baruch never got into any kind of defensive position. That was a freebie.
And now it's Fair into the lane. Gives it off to Burns on the right wing. Ooh. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Baruch, and you can feel the momentum swinging here in the end of the first half, going towards Maritime as they lead by 3, 3:50 remaining. But Baruch really the cause of their own mistakes right now.
I think we're going to talk about this every game regarding the Bearcats. That Cameron Burns plays very well, but he plays a little bit out of control, and Coach Alisi has to bring him down.
And Richards draped all over Gray. Now the ball's into the hands of Ovanassin. Gives it up to Regan. Flynn has it working on Purisic. Back up top to Gray. Richards covers him. It'll be Regan. Pulls a three, and he knocks that one down. And now Burns into the front court. Gives it off to Bajrami.
Maritime is feeling it. The Bearcats have to match this intensity.
Now ball into the hands of Purisic. Can Baruch handle the pressure? Gives it outside to Cameron Burns. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Burns into the lane. Gives it upside to Bajrami. Bajrami from the corner. Step back shot over Gray. And he knocks that one down. Adnan Bajrami specialty from the elbow. Able to finish it over the smaller Gray.
Well, that's what you need. You need your standout offensive play to start to become active and get your offense back into their rhythm.
So that'll be Regan up top. Gives it off to Flynn. Thinks about the shot. Instead, he'll work in the paint against Purisic. Gives it off to ball swung around to Gray. Right wing three. No good. Purisic. Nice play there by Purisic. I couldn't see who went off last. It looked like he was going to save it for a second. Flynn tried to do the out-of-bounds save. Throw it off of Purisic to no avail, and it'll stay. It'll go back to the Bearcats, as they trail by 4 as Avo Sofronio comes into the game. Now Burns has it on right wing. Gives it off to Sofronio. Looking for options. Sofronio could turn towards the basket. Instead, he gives it up to Burns. Burns into the lane and one. Cameron Burns able to finish through the contact and knock down the floater to cut the lead to 2. And Baruch can cut it to a 1-point game here at the free throw line.
Well, that's what Burns can do for you. I mean, he can make acrobatic shots. And, hey, David, that comes at a great time. Baruch needs contributions from a lot of people to match this kind of confidence that the Maritime team has.
And Burns able to knock down the free throw, so it'll be Mohamed Gueye who checks it to the game. Burns comes to the bench. Coach Alisi yelling at his defense right now to get in position, as it'll be Gray who walks it into the front court.
So the Bearcats have some length. Hopefully that could be deterrent for shots.
And Flynn's three around and out, no good. Ovanassin can't finish on the rebound. I think he should have came down with it. Instead, he tried to put it right back up. And also an interesting defense there, almost like a 3-1-1 zone by the Bearcats.
Bearcats did not locate and gave an easy rebound attempt.
And it'll be Mohamed Gueye. Bounce pass underneath to Reese. Over to Sofronio, and he's fouled as he goes up with it, and he has a chance to go to the line to give the Bearcats the lead. Also, Sofronio giving the Bearcats some size inside as the 6'6" junior out of Cyprus.
Sofronio is a big body, and he would be nice with Guy and Purisic, and you need some size to go with the perimeter game that Baruch has. Nice to see him. Nice foul shot. Look good.
And we're all tied up here. Minute and 36 remaining. If the second half is anything like the first, we have the makings of a nice finish on our hands here at the Arc Arena.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the Daytona Speedway.
And it'll be Gray to walk things up into the front court. Once again, Baruch setting up into this almost 1-3-1 zone, actually. It's very interesting. as Mohamed Gueye actually playing all the way up top, trying to limit the passes around the perimeter. Ooh, Richard tries to step in there. Ball swung out to Gray now. Gray into the lane. He almost loses it. Instead, it's to the hands of Flynn. He can't force that shot through. Gray gets the rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. So he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 1:10 remaining. Baruch lead by 1.
Well, Maritime is getting that interior penetration, and Baruch is in trouble. You got to keep people out and figure out how to do that.
And Gray off on the first.
You're going to have Richards and somebody with the activity that they bring really try and keep Maritime out.
And he's good on the second, so 29 up here coming into the final minute of the first half. Burns over to Gueye. Gueye waiting for some help. It comes in the form of Richards over to Burns, now back inside to Gueye. Gueye working on Regan, has Flynn to help him defensively. Gueye up over Regan and able to rattle that one home.
Gueye continues to impress with his comfort down in the post.
So Downs gave it over to Gray. Once again, Burns in the corner now, covering against Regan. Gray into the paint, high off the glass, shot no good. Sofronio able to come away with it as Gray strips it from behind. Nice play there by Jalen Gray, looking for options. His pass batted, though, as it was Richards on the end of that, and Regan comes away with it, and now Gray has it up top. 20 seconds remaining here in the half.
You got to give
Donovan in the corner.
You got to give the ball to a guard.
Donovan, corner 3, shot no good. Baruch will have a chance at the final shot here. Richards comes away with it. Now over to Cameron Burns. Crossover move into the lane. Finds Gueye, who's able to finish with the right hand. And Jalen Gray's full court heave. No good off back glass. So with that, Baruch able to go on a little bit of a run here at the end of the first half, and they take a 4-point lead into the locker room.
Cameron Burns ends the first half with some of the magic that Baruch fans are going to really enjoy as the season goes on. Now, just a quick little summary, David. Baruch again got kind of caught up in this frantic pace that Maritime plays and physical. So they're going to have to talk about that at the half, about how they can kind of match up with that. But, hey, every game is going to bring a different challenge. And here's what we got. Great second half coming.
So with that said, 33-29, you're watching Baruch basketball on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting and Facebook Live. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the start of your second half. And welcome back to the Arc Arena here on the campus of Baruch College. It's second half action between the Maritime Privateers and your Baruch Bearcats. And at the end of the first half, Baruch able to go on a little bit of a run there to extend their lead to 4. A lot of back and forth action before that. It'll be Maritime's ball to get us started here in the second half.
David, of course, we enter the second half with Sanborn out with an ankle injury.
And it'll be Cameron Burns who takes his place, and he picks up Regan right up top. Ball swung out to Ovanassin. Now Gray in the corner. He's going to go baseline trying to finish over Purisic, and does. I thought he was going to try to dunk it right there for a second, able to finish off glass.
Well, that's, I'm afraid that's Swiss cheese defense. That's too easy for Maritime. Baruch is going to have to tighten things up.
And just like that, right into the ball right back into the hands of Maritime as Gray walks it into the front court. Coach Birkin calls out the offense. The ball's into the hands of Ovanessin. Now up top to Mitchell. Mitchell led all scorers in the first half with 11. Baruch was led by Mohamed Gueye, who had 10 in the first half. So eventful action here at the Arc Arena. Now it's Regan into the paint. Can't finish on the high arcing shot. Purisic bats the ball into the hands of Fair, and Baruch able to come away with the defensive board.
Baruch is going to have to play defensive possessions straight through.
Now Cameron Burns into the lane, looking for options. Instead gives it outside to Bajrami. Step back jumper by Bajrami around and out. No good, and it'll be Donovan who comes away with it for Maritime. Crossover move there, has Bajrami on him. Gives it over to Regan in the corner, back up top to Donovan. He thinks about the shot. Instead, he'll put the ball on the deck over to Gray. Now Ovanessin. Ovanessin, pull-up shot over Burns, way off. And now it's back into the hands of Jehmehl Fair, who's going to quickly go into the offensive end. Thinks about the shot. No, little stutter step move, high off glass. He gets fouled on the shot as his shot's no good. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Fair gave the Bearcats really intense play on both ends of the floor in the first half. He's really come out focused tonight. I think he's going to be a difference maker.
An opportunity to make a difference here early in the second half as he goes to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, let's go Fox. Ryan, you bring it up. Fox. Ryan, you remember?
We have not really heard from Michael Richards tonight. You know, normally he's very disruptive defensively and offense. He makes things happen.
Jehmehl Fair able to knock them both down. A very impressive 84% from the free throw line this season is Jehmehl Fair.
Ryan, you got it. Layups, let's go. Layup.
Now Donovan quickly into the front court, going a 2-on-1. Tartaglia unable to finish. That ball gets swatted away from him, and it'll stay with Maritime. Nice defensive play there by Bajrami and Purisic underneath.
Yeah, the Baruch was never back on defense. They got lucky on that one.
The ball swung around the perimeter. Now gives it off to Donovan, up top to Gray. Gray, nice little stutter move as a hop step into the paint. Gives it off to Tartaglia, and he's going to take too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. So an unforced error there from Maritime.
Yeah, Maritime, again, when they get that great penetration, that means trouble for Baruch. Baruch has got to stop that deep penetration.
Now Bajrami looking for options. Crossover move on Ovanessin. Step back jumper. Shot a little too short. Ball batted around, and it's right into the hands of Richards. Cameron Burns straight on 3. Off right rim, no good. Once again, Purisic on the offensive end. Burns now able to cut into the lane, get the pass, and he almost gets stripped from behind. As Gray snuck up on him. Now Richards into the paint, kicks it outside. Bajrami, corner 3. Shot a little too short, and Ovanessin comes away with the rebound.
Yeah, Baruch had a lot of attempts there. Good shots.
So now it's Gray up top. Crossover move into the lane. Free throw line jumper by Gray. A little too strong. Purisic and Fair both go up for the rebounds. Purisic who comes down with it. Now Burns into the front court for the Bearcats.
Baruch has to identify Gray.
Now Jehmehl Fair into the paint. Right hand shot. Able to hit it with a nice little floater using his body to create some separation. Baruch up by 6. Their longest lead since about midway, or actually maybe 8 minutes into the first half.
Fair's, come out to play tonight.
Now Ovanessin shot a little too strong, and it's going to be Purisic who comes away with it. And Purisic able to finish on the other end. So nice end-to-end play there by the Bearcats, and they take an 8-point lead.
Yeah, they had Maritime never set.
So with 3:39 gone here in the second half, Coach Burkett and the Maritime Privateers want to talk things over. Baruch lead 39-31. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. And welcome back. 16:21 gone. Baruch a little bit of a run here to open the second half. They lead 39-31, but it'll be Maritime ball actually right in front of their own bench to inbound.
Yeah, Baruch has got the momentum now, and defensively they have to really bear down on Jalen Gray, who, he plays with a high motor.
And now Donovan, left wing three, shot no good.
Good position by Burns to get that rebound.
Two.
Now Fair over to Bajrami. Bajrami in the lane. Ooh. It looks like Donovan went up on the pump fake, and Bajrami draws the foul.
You know, Bajrami hasn't been making shots tonight, but when the type of player he is, he's just going to keep going at it, and hopefully shots are going to fall for him. Outstanding offensive player.
And off on the first.
Sean, switch side. Pinch there, Jalen. Pinch there.
Coach Alisi really going with Fair tonight. They got to stop Gray with the penetration.
Unable to do so there, but Gray was not able to finish. Now it's Fair into the front court. Fair into the lane, bounce past to Purisic. A little up and under move, and he's able to finish at the rim.
Yeah, Purisic very good around the basket.
Purisic's got 5 tonight. It's now Noble. Ball into the hands of Gray. Richards on him. Now it's a corner three there. I think that was Regan, if I could see correctly. Ball still loose, and it's going to be Fair who comes away with it. Ooh. And it's going to be Regan on the foul. They're going to call a foul. Reach. And it looked like Coach Burkett may have had a case there. Could have been a jump. It looked like they both had hands on it.
I don't know how many seconds the referees count in their head to call a jump ball, but
Coach Burkett getting an explanation from the ref, as it's going to be Baruch ball now, as they lead by 10, coming in on the quarter-way mark of the second half. And it'll be Jack Reese to bring it into the front court.
Yeah, Reese again, very good at finding people.
Now Richards bounce pass inside to Purisic, and he's just been too much right now for Maritime, as Purisic been able to have his way here in the second half.
Richards also very good at finding people. When you get inside the foul line, that's when Baruch is really effective.
Now it'll be Donovan who's going to drive against Purisic, and he's fouled and go to the line to shoot two as Purisic puts the arm out and initiates the contact.
Baruch should never have allowed that drive to take place. You want to stay in front of your man and keep them outside.
Donovan, one of the better shooters on Maritime from the free throw line, 72% on the season.
Hey,
Yeah, Maritime has some shooters, but Gray is really their catalyst on offense.
Regan comes to the bench as Flynn checks into the game for the first time here in the second half as Donovan knocks down them both at the line. Baruch lead by 10, 14:45 remaining here. Now Fair in the corner. He's going to pull a three. He knocks it down. Jehmehl Fair, big shot there early in the shot clock, but he's able to hit it.
Fair really impressive tonight, David.
Now it'll be it'll be Mitchell right in front of us. My apologies. Now Donovan takes the pick from Gray, who gets it up top. Bounce pass inside to Noble. His shot might have been blocked. I think it was Purisic who came away with it. And Richards up ahead to Fair. Fair has to circle back, gives it off to Reese. Reese going to go baseline, now gives it off to Purisic. Purisic quickly double teamed, back outside to Fair. Fair into Reese. Back up top to Richards. A nice reset there by the Bearcats, as now Fair has it against Donovan. Instead, he'll take some steps, and it'll go back to Maritime.
Great defensive possession by Baruch. And they almost did everything right on offense.
So it'll be Mitchell to walk it up here for Maritime. Over to Downs. Up top to Flynn. Ball swung around the perimeter to Gray. Gray into the lane. He loses it into the waiting hands of Fair. Now Fair is going to go into transition. Fair has to circle back, though. Nice defense there by Downs. Ball swung around the perimeter. Bajrami thinks about the shot. Instead, gives it off to Guy. Guy working on Flynn. Goes right by him off front rim with the right hand. Nice play there by Mohamed Gueye. Unable to finish, and it'll be Donovan into the front court.
Yeah, he's got a bag of tricks as a post player. Just came up short. Look at all the things Fair is doing on both ends of the floor.
Nice play by Donovan. Coach Birkin wanted a foul. No call there, and it's Baruch's ball as Donovan shot no good. Now Bajrami over to Richards in the corner. Richards thinks about the shot. Instead, he thinks about too many steps, and it'll go back to the Maritime, excuse me.
Yeah, Richards should be up top, controlling the Bearcats' offense.
And a little pressure there by Reese, forcing the inbounds to be a little more difficult than Maritime would have liked. And now it's into the hands of Gray. Richards picks him up. Gray draws a little bit of contact, now gives it to Flynn underneath. His shot might have been blocked, and he's fouled on the second attempt there by Reese. Nothing Reese really can do there, and that'll send Flynn to the line to shoot two.
Again, when Gray penetrates, everything opens up for Maritime as possibilities down low.
Flynn only 2 of 4 from the free throw line this season. And he knocks home his 5th. Donnellan checking into the game. It'll be Richards to take a breather. And off on the second, so keeping his 50% average intact is Sean Flynn, and it'll be Donnellan into the front court over to Reese. He's covered by Mitchell. Nice pass to find Bajrami. Gives it back outside to Reese. Crazy play there. Hit Reese's hand, Guy's hand into the hands of Reese. Now Reese into the paint. His pass that was going to be intended for Fair is blocked by Flynn, and it'll stay with the Bearcats underneath. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, Baruch trying to be a little too cute with their passes because Maritime is moving their hands.
Now Bajrami in the paint. He puts the ball a little bit too low, though. Almost gives it up. Now it's Mohamed Gueye. He loses it. It goes into the hands of Flynn, and Maritime comes away with it. Sloppy basketball. The last possession here for the Bearcats. Now it's Donovan up top. He had 11 in the first half. So far held scoreless, coming in on 8 minutes gone here in the second. Now Downs, southpaw three, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, you can't give Downs such a good look at the basket. Gotta put your hands in his face.
Baruch lead by 9, but you can hear the Maritime bench behind us getting hype Making some noise here as Bajrami goes into a couple moves there. Pull-up shot over down. Shot no good. And rebounded by Maritime. An opportunity for Maritime to score some points.
Big defensive possession by the Bearcats now. Stop this run.
Jalen Gray knocks down a three, and that gets the bench out of their seats as Maritime only trail by 6, and Coach Alisi wants to talk things over with 11:34 remaining. Baruch, what was just a 13-point lead, now cut down to 6. You're watching Baruch College Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. And welcome back to the Arc Arena. So it's a game of runs, and Maritime just went on a bit of a run themselves, scoring 7 unanswered to cut the lead, the Baruch lead, to 6. 11:34 remaining here in the ball game. It's going to be Reese, Donnellan, Bajrami, Fair, and Guy. For the Bearcats, it's going to be Downs, Tartaglia, Mitchell, Gray, and Donovan for the Maritime Privateers. And it'll be Reese to bring things up here, and he's picked up almost 3/4 court by Mitchell. He goes past him in the lane, ain't unable to finish against the tall Tartaglia, and it'll be Maritime who comes away with it. Not the opening possession there Coach Alisi wanted coming out of the timeout. And now Gray working. It's going to be an offensive foul on Gray as Reese takes the charge.
You know, David, Jack Reese is somebody who has a way of making plays that don't show up in the scoreboard, and they end up in wins. And that was a great example. Hopefully this will lead to a good possession by the Bearcats on offense.
It'll be Donnellan into the front court now into the hands of Bajrami. Downs has it. Nice little crossover move there. That's going to be an offensive foul. Oh, excuse me, correction. It's going to be on Downs. It's going to be his first, so it'll be Baruch's ball underneath. I don't know, I thought I saw a little bit of an arm extension there from Bajrami on the offensive end.
Bajrami really working hard at trying to get into his normal offensive rhythm.
Baruch looking to inbound. It goes into the hands of Fair on the right corner. Gray draped all over him. Fair now into the lane. His shot, I think, was blocked as Fair hits the deck, able to pull himself back up. Now Cameron Burns, who just checked in, has the ball. He's going to go past Mitchell. Nope, Donovan, that is. Instead, he kicks it back outside, and the foul's going to be on number 55, Gray. As Fair hits the deck, I think it's going to be 3 shots.
Well, Christmas came early for the Bearcats on that play. 3 shots.
Talk to me about that play right there. There's no way you can argue that's a foul right there. The kid actually was going back. I'm arguing that my guy got fouled in the exact same situation down here. And everybody looked at my bench and just said, sit down, because they're excited. Alec Downs, number 14, buries a 3 in the corner, and ends on the other side. We got to talk cold, because we're doing cold. Because my man is playing for Baruch right now. It's a joke.
And Fair good on the second.
It should be freaking unbelievable. 6-2.
And Fair good on the third, and Coach Birkin having a issue with the refs today as maybe not seeing the calls going both ways here at the Arc Arena.
Bajrami, he's a little out of sync tonight, so Baruch has got to pick up the slack for him.
And Donovan's fouled inside. The foul there is going to be on 20, Jack Reese. That's going to send Donovan the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Reese never was in good position. He turned,
Also, what I've noticed about Jack Reese tonight is he's been finding himself defensively too far in the interior, so he's always going to give up that height, and it's going to put him in situations where he's forced to foul.
Yeah, to your point, David, he's got to figure out his spacing, how he could be effective given some of the obstacles.
And it's not going to be against the 6'3" Ryan Donovan, who's having a solid night.
Yeah,
tonight.
he's got to stay underneath them, stay low.
3 seconds!
It's going to be a 3-second violation on the Bearcats.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Burns, I think, should have gotten the ball in that possession. He's going to cause problems for Maritime.
And now Downs has it. Ooh, nice cut by Gray, able to finish backdoor. Once again, Baruch's lead cut to 6, halfway point of the second half here at the Arc Arena. Baruch 49, Maritime 43. Bounce pass into the corner there to Burns. Burns shot blocked there by Tartaglia, and it's going to stay with the Bearcats, but nice defensive play there by Maritime.
Yeah, again, Reese is going to have to run the show from the top. And let's look for Gueye underneath and Fair from the outside.
Now it's Fair into the paint. He goes all the way through, and now he'll post up on Donovan. That's going to be an offensive foul on Fair, and if you time it right, which both teams actually have done it on the defensive end, you can really get them into that predicament on the offensive foul.
Well, that was kind of a makeup call for the referees. They've been, getting a lot of slack for not making calls.
Right side, guard through high road.
Big possession by Baruch with a 6-point lead.
And it's Tartaglia up top with the ball. Now over to Gray. Now it's Downs. He's going to pull a straight on 3, and he knocks it down. And that gets the Maritime bench off their feet. 3-point lead for the Bearcats.
Well, Baruch has to find Downs. It's too easy for him to knock the threes down.
And now Fair trying to answer on the other end, around and out. No good. Tartaglia comes away with the rebound, and it'll be Gray to walk things up into the front court. And a little bit of change of fortune here as Baruch, once up by 13 here in the second half, find themselves. Ooh, nice shot block there by Richards, but instead Gray draws the foul and go to the line to shoot 2 and have a chance to cut this Baruch lead to only 1.
David, this game is going to come down to how good of defense Baruch can play, because they're letting three-point shooters set their feet. They're letting Gray penetrate, and those are things that are just not good. They're going to lead to success for Maritime.
And he knocks down the second, so it's a 2-point lead here for the Bearcats. And it'll be Burns to walk it into the front court. Mitchell picks him up. Over to Fair, now into Richards in the corner, looking for Burns underneath, but instead ball swung back around the perimeter. Now Fair, elbow jumper, and he's able to knock that down. Nice play there by Jehmehl Fair, as he's really going to have to shoulder some of the scoring burden with Sanborn on the sideline.
That's Fair shot at the elbow.
Ooh, Gray almost loses it, able to corral it as he runs right across the court, picks it back up. Mitchell into the lane as Mohamed Gueye goes for the block. Unable to get a piece, though, and it'll be a 2-point lead again for the Bearcats. Back and forth action here at the Arc Arena. Jehmehl Fair up top, ball swung around the perimeter. Richards now inside to Burns. Burns working on Mitchell, looking for options, finds it in Richards. Richards going to drive, stops. Awkward shot as Gueye gets the rebound, and he's able to put it back with no contest.
Guys saving the day. Maritime is coming. They got their foot on the gas pedal.
Now it's Donovan up top. Donovan into the lane, looking for options. He gets it knocked away from him, gets it back, kicks it outside to Downs. Now back to the hands of Donovan. Bajrami on him. Bajrami versus Donovan. Great matchup so far tonight. Bajrami gets drawn into foul, and it's going to be Donovan going to the line to shoot 2, and Donovan's been very successful at the line this evening.
Bajrami is not his usual self tonight. Seems to be out of sync.
Number 21, Jehmehl Fair, replaced number 10, Mohamed Gueye.
Donovan knocks down them both as Flynn quickly comes into the game, and Tartaglia will come to the bench.
Bearcats on offense are going to have to look for Fair to get some shots because it's his game tonight.
And now it's the hands of Burns. Donovan on him. Now Bajrami circles around. Has Mitchell on him. Now back out to Burns. Burns crossover move. Trying to go up and under over Flynn. Ball into the hands of Gray, though, for Maritime. They have a chance to tie here. He finds Flynn underneath, and he's able to lay it in with the left hand.
Baruch is on their heels defensively as this push style from Maritime is in gear.
All tied up at 53. Ball into the hands of Bajrami. Now over to Jehmehl Fair on the left wing. Barnes on him, Downs on him, but Fair is able to finish with the right hand. And Coach Alisi wants to talk things over with 6:50 remaining as Baruch retake the lead, 55-53. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. So back and forth action here at the Arc Arena. Baruch trying to close this one out, up by as much as 13 here in the second half. It's only 2 now, and even Maritime has tied it up on a number of occasions.
David, with Sanborn out and Bajrami not his usual self, Fair is going to have to take things into his own hands at the end of this game.
And now Donovan has it inside, trying to find an option. Does. Downs left corner 3. Shot no good. Bajrami comes away with the rebound for the Bearcats.
Bearcats got lucky. Downs had an open look.
Ooh, nice play there by Richards as Bajrami finds him cutting to the basket, and Baruch able to extend back to 4.
Could Richards and Fair be the guy in the final 6 minutes to bring this win home for the Bearcats offensively?
And now it's to Flynn. Gives it up top to Mitchell. Now back inside to Flynn. Flynn loses the ball as he goes up. I think he wanted some contact there. Didn't see much there, but it's going to be Gray who fouls Richards. It'll be Regan to check back into the game for Maritime.
Richards made that happen on defense with his quick hands. Richards has got to be a big player for the Bearcats in this final 5:59.
And Richards knocks down the first.
You want Richards on your team. He's a difference maker, creates havoc when he's on.
Rattles around and no good on the second, so Baruch lead by 5. It'll be Gray to bring it into the front court for Maritime. Guy picks him up. A little bit of zone here for Baruch. It's going to be an offensive foul. Nice play there by Richards to draw it. And Ovesian going to check into the game for.
This is what wins championships, when you make key defensive plays late in the game.
So with 5:48 remaining, Baruch lead by 5. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. So with 5:48 remaining, Baruch lead by 5. Back and forth action. Baruch has led by as much as 13 here in the second half. It's been also tied as well, but Maritime still have a little bit of work to do as they trail by 5.
Yeah, really good test for the Bearcats tonight, playing against a team with the relentless style that Maritime plays with.
And a nice barometer for their conference, as Maritime so far 2-1 in conference against the CUNYAC conference, as they lost at Medgar Evers, beat John Jay and City College at home. So it's a great opportunity to see how Baruch look, as they'll have to play, all their conference matchups still late in the season, as Purisic unable to finish there, and it'll be Gray who comes away with it, and now it's up to Donovan into the front court. He's going to drive, and that looked like it was an up and down. Nope, they're going to call foul there on Guy or Purisic. Purisic underneath, so it'll go back. It'll be Donovan at the line to shoot 2.
David, the story of tonight defensively for the Bearcats, they get into bad habits when they allow deep penetration, which just occurred, and they had a foul.
And Donovan good on the first. He's been prolific at the free throw line tonight as he knocks down the second.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Stay in, Sean, stay in. Ball pressure, Jay, get in. You're good.
So now Guy has it up top. Guy into the lane, working on Flynn, trying to finish with the right hand. No good.
Go.
And it'll be Gray who comes away with the rebound. Baruch lead by 3, but Maritime with the ball. Now Regan gives it back out to Gray. He thinks about the shot, has Richards draped on him. Back up top to Gray. Gives it outside to Donovan. Now he thinks about the 3 as well. Donovan into the lane. It's going to be a blocking foul there on Richards. And Donovan, I think, thought the foul was on him for a second, so he put the ball down, but it'll be on
Well, the good
Richards.
thing about that, David, was that occurred outside, which meant that Baruch was doing their job about keeping the Maritime team outside. Not a whole lot they could do.
And once again, Donovan good from the free throw. I don't think he's missed one all night. 58-56. Trying to make it 57, a 1-point lead that would be for the Bearcats, and it is.
Hey, they're driving, right? They're driving it. Go back, Sean.
Now Jehmehl Fair into the front court. Finds Purisic on a bounce pass. Waits for Fair to run through. And now gives it off to Guy. Guy thinks about the shot. He pulls around and out. No good. Ball batted out into the waiting hands of Jehmehl Fair. Baruch get a fresh 20. Maritime bench making some noise as Bajrami almost loses it. He's able to keep it alive. Bajrami working on Regan. Pull up 3. Shot no good. And Maritime comes away with it. Specifically Gray now into the front court. Fair draped all over him. Ooh, almost threw that away. Donovan keeps it over to Ovanesson. Now to Donovan and Gray up top. Coming in on 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Donovan inside.
Bearcats have to stop penetration.
Looking for options. It's Gray to Ovanesson. Now inside to Flynn. Bounces it even further into Regan, who's able to finish off the glass. And that gives Maritime their a 59-58 lead. Coming down 3.5 remaining here in the ball game. It's Bajrami up top. Looking for options. Finds it in Guy. Now Richards comes through. Ooh, that looked like it might have been a little bit off ball. Instead, Richards able to finish with the left hand. And Coach Alisi wants to talk things over with 3:23 remaining. Baruch may have gotten away with one right there as they now retake the lead 60-59. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. So 3:23 remains here at the Arc Arena. Baruch just took the lead back, 60-59. We got the making of a great finish here on the campus of Baruch College.
It's a heavyweight boxing match, David. It's coming down to, one or two plays that may decide the outcome.
Hey, yo, Mouse, left side, left side.
So Baruch trying to extend their winning streak to 3, while Maritime trying to avoid extending their losing streak to 3. Ovanesson, excuse me. Inside to Donovan. Donovan working, and 1 for Donovan. And Reese trying to plead his case that he got the ball. And that's going to send Reese to the bench as he fouls out, and it'll be Cameron Burns who checks back into the game.
Who's out? Oh, 20. No, we're fine. Yeah. I said, who's new?
And he's able to knock down the end one. Donovan staying perfect from the line, and it'll be Burns who walks it into the front court. Pick from Purisic. Burns working on Ovanesson. Bounce pass outside to Fair. Almost a dangerous play there, but Fair able to corral. Now Burns up top. Crossover move there. Almost loses it. It's going to go off Burns' knee last. Oh, no, it's going to say they went off Gray last. Weird call there, but it'll stay with Baruch. Then it'll be Mohamed Gueye to check back into the game.
Baruch has got to get the ball in Fair's hands. It's his game to win now for the Bearcats.
Stay there, Sean. Stay there.
Looking for options. Gueye is the option on the inbound. He fakes the pass, gives it out to Fair now. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Purisic going to work on Flynn. And he gets fouled inside. I think it was a reach on Donovan.
Maritime doing a good job of closing interior options for the Bearcats. So they're going to have to kick it out to people like Fair or Richards or Bajrami.
And just like that, Ovanesson has fouled out, and quickly off the bench is Alec Downs to take his place. Baruch trail by 2 with a chance of Purisic at the line here to tie things up. 2:39 remaining.
Hey, 1-1. 1-1. Jalen, top of the key. Jalen, top of the key.
Ooh, Purisic off on the first. And Flynn corrals the rebound, gives it off to Gray. Richards picks him up, and now Gray will have to go 3/4 court with Richards on him.
Big defensive possession by the Bearcats.
And now Gueye will help out will hedge on the screen, and the ball will be swung around into the corner. Now over to Donovan. Now over to, Regan. Back to Donovan. Donovan thinks about driving, gives it off to Regan. Regan's going to pull a 3, shot off back iron, no good. And it's going to be Gueye on the rebound, and Fair to bring things up, coming in on 2 minutes remaining here in the ballgame.
Hopefully the Bearcats will be rewarded for a good stop.
And Bajrami now has it at the free throw line. He'll pull straight ahead. Shot a little too soft, but it's Purisic on the rebound. Gives it outside to Gueye. Guye's going to pull 3. He knocks it down. Mohamed Gueye gives the Bearcats the lead, 63-62. A nice right wing 3.
Your CUNY Player of the Week, Mohamed Gueye, showing up when he's needed.
Now Gray into the lane, going over Gueye, and he's able to finish with the right hand. He was looking for contact, and now he has to get back as Fair will walk things up for the Bearcats, trailing by 1.
Gray got to the basket.
And now Bajrami thinks about the shot, gives it off to Gueye. Gueye thinks about the shot as well instead of crossover move. And it's going to be a blocking foul on Flynn. It's going to be...
Jalen, top of the key. We got a rebound.
Well, I like the fact that Maritime is thinking about Fair and Bajrami. But here is Gueye, and he's certainly not one of their first options, but he's making plays.
Mohamed Gueye on the line to shoot 2. And he's off on the first. Needs to hit the second. Big free throw here for the sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to pay big dividends later in the season. He's getting valuable experience now. And
he knocks home the second. So we're all tied here at 64. Minute 20 remaining here in the ballgame. It'll be Maritime to walk it up more. Specifically, it'll be Gueye to walk it into the front court. And correction, it'll be a timeout for Maritime. So all tied up, minute and 13 remaining. Coach Birkin wants to talk things over. Crucial offensive possession here for the Privateers. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. So welcome back to the Arc Arena. Crucial possession here for Maritime as they'll inbound right in front of their own bench. All tied up at 64. Minute and 13 remaining here in the ball game.
Once again, we've spoke about this the entire night. If Baruch could keep Maritime outside, that's a good thing. If they let him penetrate, could result in a basket.
So now Donovan in the corner, now outside to Flynn. Straight on three from Regan. He knocks it down. Timeout once again for Coach Birkin with 59.7 left here in the ball game. Baruch letting up it was contested, but let it up nonetheless. So with a little 0.3 under a minute left, Baruch trailed by 3. We'll be right back with the last minute of action here. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. And it all comes down to this, the last minute of the ball game here. Baruch trailing by 3 after a nice shot there by number 12, Mike Regan.
David Regan was uncontested on that 3. That's not a recipe for success.
He's going right, guys. He's going.
So Michael Richards, a little handoff action with Bajrami. Richards able to lay it in off the glass with 47.5 remaining. Baruch trail by 1, and it'll be Richards to pick up Gueye full length of the court.
Baruch needs a turnover here.
And now Regan looking for an option, finds Downs, who came in for the fouled out Ovanesson. Gueye now on the right wing, has Richards on him. Crossover move there by Gueye, trying to get into the paint. It takes a pick from Flynn. Ooh, hard pass there to Donovan. Now Donovan into the lane. He thinks about looking at the basket, and that's going to be an up and down from Donovan. And it'll go back to the Bearcats with 20.2 remaining.
That's what the Bearcats needed, a defensive turnover.
Come on, Blue. Come on, Blue.
So it'll be Gueye and Donovan picking up Richards and Fair, full length of the court.
Next play, Ryan. Next play, baby. Next play. Come on, let's go. Let's lock
Make it 18 seconds. Richards brings it into the front court. Now over to Fair, who walks it across the timeline. 12 seconds remaining here in the ballgame. Donovan picks him up. Fair into the paint. He almost loses it. Ball now outside to Bajrami. Bajrami looking to make a move against Downs. A little bit of a nice play off glass there by Bajrami, creating a little bit of space and able to finish. And Baruch take the lead with 2.5 seconds remaining here. 68-67. It's going to be a full timeout for Maritime to talk things over. But Baruch have retaken the lead, and what a end-to-end action here we're having to finish out the game here. We'll be right back with the last 2 seconds. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting, and on Facebook Live. So 2.5 remaining here in the ball game. Coach Birkin talking things over here with the Maritime team. It's going to be Mitchell, Gray, Donovan, Flynn, and Regan on the court for Maritime. Purisic, Gueye, Bajrami, Fair, and Richards for Baruch. It's going to have to be a full court play here.
Right now, Robbie. Robbie, don't run right now.
Baruch cannot get sloppy and foul. Bajrami waiting till 2.5 seconds to do what he does best. The senior from Cypress, Texas, saving his best for last for the Bearcats.
And Coach Alisi wants to talk things over now with 2.5. So with 2.5 remaining, Maritime have drawn it up. Coach Alisi and the Bearcats have drawn up a defensive play.
David, the Bearcats are going to try and stop like a home run pass, and they're going to hopefully make Maritime use the sidelines to take away the angles.
And once again, Coach Alisi wants to talk things over as he doesn't like what he sees. A lot of strategizing here in the final moments. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Bearcats. Draw it up again defensively. It's going to be a tough play here, though, for Maritime. They have to go the full length of the court in order to get this playoff. So we'll be right back with your final 2.5 seconds. And a lot of strategy here. It will be Robbie Mitchell to inbound on the far left side here.
No home run ball. Take away the angles. Take away the angles.
And Purisic able to get the steal, and Baruch able to come away with it. So it's going to be a Baruch win as they get to extend their winning streak to 3 in a row. Maritime drop to a 3-game losing streak. Overall, they'll drop to 2-4 on the season. Baruch will move up to 6-3 on the season, including keeping their home record 2-0 perfect at home.
Yeah, David, great defensive possession for the Bearcats at the end. They didn't allow the home run ball, and Purisic stepped in and, like in football, intercepted it, and we have a victory, 68-67 for the Bearcats. Well earned.
And it was back and forth action. The Bearcats led as much as 13 here in the second half, and also trailed by, I think, 4 late in the game. So end-to-end action, and it was Bajrami really and Fair coming away with clutch baskets at the end to get the Bearcats the win.
Yeah, shout out to Jehmehl Fair. He came out from the start and on both ends of the floor, got it done. Bajrami had a little, off night, but the senior coming through when it counted.
Jehmehl Fair led all Baruch scorers with 19 tonight and 5 boards. Mohamed Gueye was 1 rebound away from a double-double. And Ryan Donovan led all scorers tonight, had 23 points, 5 rebounds, but more importantly for Maritime to keep them in the game was 12 of 14 from the line.
Yeah, the play of Maritime, I want to say I talked to the Maritime coach before the game, and I said, what do you think you want from your team tonight? He says, I don't know who's going to show up. So the team that showed up with their foot on the gas pedal style caused a lot of problems for Baruch. But again, Baruch hung in, took the punches, and like all good teams, came away with the victory. They found a way.
Jalen Gray had 15 points, 8 boards, and 7 assists, so a big game for him. Big game for Donovan, but at the end of the day, it was too much Fair, too much Guy. A little bit of Richards and a really spread-out attack for the Bearcats as they went 10 deep tonight from the bench. So outside of that, great win for the Bearcats. They'll be in action again on Thursday night here at the Arc Arena as they will host the United States Merchant Marine Academy. That tip-off is at 7:30, and they'll look to extend their winning streak to 4. Hopefully we get a good word on Liam Sanborn, and we'll see him back some point this season.
But again, next man up. Donald's going to have to play, and hopefully Sanborn. And, Bajrami should be back to himself, hopefully, by the next game. So, great basketball ahead here at Bearcat Nation, David.
So that'll do it for us tonight. Once again, your final score, Baruch beats Maritime 68-67 in a nail-biter. You've been watching Baruch Basketball live on YouTube channel Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting and on Facebook Live. Have a great night, everybody.